Hello everyone and welcome back to From Our Basement Gaming.
Hi everybody.
We are back with part 9. Our Legend of Zelda Adventure of Link Let's Play.
9 parts.
This will probably be a little longer than our first one.
Yes.
Because this game's a little more difficult.
It is. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright, so I think I did... Whoa. Alright, so...
Yeah, good to get back to this.
Yeah, it is. Love this game.
Me too. I've been enjoying it thus
Awesome.
far.
Oh yeah. I do own the boots.
I had a shirt that had Link from this game on it, but sadness, I had to throw it out because it got this big hole in it.
I hate that.
I miss that shirt so much.
I wouldn't mind getting some Zelda gear too, as well as Sonic gear.
Yeah. They had this really cool jacket that it almost, for lack of a better word, it kind of looked like a jock jacket, but it had like the Triforce with like the Phoenix design, you know, the Hylian royal crest on it.
Oh, awesome.
But it didn't have a zipper, which hoodies without zippers drive me nuts.
Uh-oh.
So I had that, and it cost $50.
$50?
Yeah.
Oh no.
So I had to let that one go. I couldn't buy that. Because that was blatant taking advantage.
That is.
And
And being unfair, honestly.
yeah. I sadly did not get any Zelda shirts that time because a lot of them were just the Tears of the Kingdom design. And no offense, like I've heard it's a great game and all that, but I'm going to be honest and say I don't like Link's design in Tears of the Kingdom. I'm sorry. Go ahead and send me hate mail if you want, but it's not really, how should I put this? I probably would like the concept art more than like the finished product, if that makes sense.
It does.
It's because of how it's animated. I'm not a big fan of cell shading. I'm just not. And I feel like in Breath of the Wild, he still looked fine, but there are some pictures of him in Tears of the Kingdom where he just doesn't look that good to me. He just seems a little... How do I put this? At least on the design on the shirts, okay? At least on the designs on the shirts, he looks kind of like somebody who's been out in the wilderness for a long time.
Yes.
Like, he looks ragged, okay? And that might just be, maybe this is just one specific part of the game. Maybe he looks better in the rest of the game. I don't know. But that was the design on the shirts. I didn't like it, so.
It's okay, buddy.
Yeah. And I guess you guys understand, we kind of all have our preferred eras of Legend of Zelda, where we're like, this is my Zelda aesthetic, you know?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not too picky. I like the aesthetic of a lot of them, a lot of the classic games, where really the only one I hated, I loathed entirely. No, I'm kidding. Wind Waker.
Uh-huh.
Wind Waker Link, so Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, Minish Cap, Spirit Tracks, Four Swords, Triforce Heroes, yeah. That Link. The Link with the big black beady eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ironically, I do like Ganondorf's design in Wind Waker. Like, for some reason, Ganondorf looks good in that style, but... No thanks with Link and Zelda in that style.
Yep. Regrettably, I need more magic to defeat this guy.
Now, I will say I like the design for Tears of the Kingdom Zelda. I'm actually okay with how Ganondorf looks, too. Yeah. I think I've made it clear already that my top aesthetics are like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and Twilight Princess, basically.
Yes. No! I was so close.
In terms of having the style having a bit of a darker side to it, that's also what I like about Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and Twilight Princess.
Yeah. I felt they struck gold with that update, because I knew they were going to update the look for the games, and it was about the 10th anniversary, and they had the perfect blend when doing Ocarina of Time.
Yes. And that, you know, I have a little bit of bias because that's my first Zelda game.
Understandable.
Though I do feel like as time's going on, I probably like Twilight Princess a little bit more than Ocarina of Time, but just a pinch. You know, it's kind of this thing where, like, they kind of replace each other. Like, sometimes Ocarina of Time is one, sometimes Twilight Princess is one for me. I'm kind of back into Twilight Princess being number one for me. You know, I don't know if you've experienced that kind of thing.
I have.
Yeah.
I have experienced that. And me, I was in the Zelda fandom a tad longer, but...
Right.
Like...
I got introduced to it later than you did.
Yeah, but that's okay. I think you're with the majority, because...
Yeah.
A lot of people, their first Zelda game was... Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, where I think a lot of people, like, a few years older than us, or like in my cousin's generation,
Yes.
they started with the first two.
Yes. I can safely tell you my cousin,
Yeah.
who was really good at Zelda, his first was the first Zelda from 87.
Yeah, like my uncle Steven and my cousin Josh, when they saw we were playing, because they started following us when we were playing the first Legend of Zelda, they were like, oh, I remember playing this, and I was very nostalgic for them. So
Nice. And yeah, because with me, I'm like, sometimes I like,
yeah.
I'm like the first one, then I'm like, I actually prefer A Link to the Past.
Oh, I love A Link to the Past. Yeah.
Me too. And then other days I like Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of the story and aesthetics I was talking about, that's why those three are my top. But in terms of gameplay itself, oh, yeah, they're all good. I mean, even Wind Waker, where I hated the art, the game itself is good. Other than some tedious things. Collecting Triforce shards.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. And also, I didn't like being on the sea as much.
Yeah, it was fine at first, but...
It kind of is too limiting. I think if they had more, like, variety... I know I guess it's hard to make the sea variety, but I would have liked to see that, I guess.
Yeah, I can see that.
So yeah, the better parts of the game, in my opinion, were when he was on land.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I never really liked pirates much either, so all the pirate ship stuff just didn't really appeal to me.
Everyone was pirate crazy, weren't they?
Yeah, and like things like One Piece and Pirates of the Caribbean didn't help.
One Piece, yes.
Which, no offense to people who like either of those things or both, I just was not feeling it. Because before either of those things came out, we had people obsessing over Treasure Island.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess since I was bombarded by Treasure Island adaptations, I was like, man, I hate this story. And so I kind of like started to not like pirates because of it.
I can understand.
So if you want to get mad at anybody for me not liking pirates, get mad at whoever wrote Treasure Island.
Yeah. Gladly.
Which I don't know who, because I didn't bother.
Some guy. I guess I know. I didn't bother looking it up either.
I just know all the cartoons made adaptations of it.
Yes!
Yay! And there were movie adaptations.
Yep. Like the Muppets' Treasure Island.
Although I do genuinely think Treasure Planet is probably good.
It is. My heart goes out to that guy who wanted to do it, even if Disney didn't care for it.
I feel bad that Disney screwed them over marketing-wise.
They did. Ah, good. We completed this level, finally.
And I was one of the people who fell for it.
You're not the only one, my man.
Yeah.
A lot of people were convinced to poo-poo it just because they wanted to make 3D movies. Poor Treasure Planet.
But hey, I really liked a movie that was also treated badly by their marketing, Atlantis.
Oh my god. Atlantis. That movie was great, and that was heartbreaking.
I mean, oh my god. Back when twist villains were actually twist villains.
Yeah.
not you can see it coming from miles away, which, no offense, even in Zootopia's case, I could see it coming.
You could see that Sheep was a villain?
Yeah, like, maybe not, like, from the very beginning, but from probably, like, 2 or 3 scenes before they revealed it.
Dirty mouth, that Sheep.
Yeah.
Friends.
Spoilers for the
Yes,
small
spoiler
amount of
warning.
people who haven't seen
Sorry about that, ladies and
Yeah,
gents.
but yeah, no, Atlantis, that actually fooled me. I did not see that coming. But,
Wow.
yeah. Then again, I was a kid when I saw it, so I wasn't used to it yet. But yes, good stuff.
It is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually really like that movie, and I feel bad that it was kind of pushed aside because I felt that was a very good Disney movie.
Did you just jump over that kid?
I did jump over that kid. Yes. Link.
Bye.
Yeah, Link jumps over a child.
Playing leapfrog over the random villages.
Yeah. I think I got this one, but I'm not so sure.
Isn't that the guy who gave you the up thing? You know all I can teach you. Go.
Oh, well, I did cover this guy already. Oh, well.
Leave me. I have nothing more for you.
Sorry, dude. Anyway. Let's see. Since I got the magical boots, I think that allows us to get to the next dungeon.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm going to have my snack, so forgive the crinkling.
Oh, wait.
Oh yeah, the mountain village.
Alright.
Didn't we already go there?
Before the island. I think I did, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna kill him. He's just sleeping. It is easy to forget that sometimes the bad guys coexist with normal people.
Yeah, you're just at a random village and you see a moblin come out and you're like, Moblin! And then he's just buying groceries, so you're like, oh.
Yeah. I know this level they re-edited for this game. For the US version of this game, that is. I like the shade of green, though.
Yeah. I guess that's the thing that kind of makes Sonic Boom awkward at times.
Oh?
Like, Dr. Robotnik would just sometimes be going to the post office or eating at the fast food restaurant or like, you know, sometimes he was just living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Which I both liked and found confusing at the same time.
True. This might be one where I have to fly up and then come back for that key.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oof. And, yeah, I remember that. And I will confess, I was surprised, but I was kind of happy with Styx the Badger, and, I felt that, yeah, it was nice.
It ended up surprisingly being a kind of good show.
Yeah.
It had some wasted potential, though.
Yeah.
Like having both Shadow and Metal Sonic only appear in like one episode.
Mm-hmm.
Causing a minor conflict and then never appearing again.
Yeah.
Like the writers had no idea what to do with either of the two of them.
You're the most popular character in the series, Shadow.
And we don't want to ruin that, so we'll just give you one episode.
What a waste of potential. That's my Shadow voice.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Probably
nice.
for the best, though, because Shadow's current voice I hate. Ugh. No offense to the voice actor, I just don't like his version of Shadow.
Understandable.
And it's not a case of him by any means being a bad voice actor. I will make that very clear.
Good.
I just don't think his voice is good for Shadow. He ends up sounding too old. I think the only other role I know that he did That I am familiar with anyway. He did lots of other roles, but the only one I'm familiar with is like Sasuke from Naruto.
Oh, he was Sasuke?
The guy who's currently voicing Shadow, yes. Kirk Thompson, I think is his name. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I could see that voice coming out of Sasuke, but not out of Shadow. So, but my first experience with Shadow was from his first appearance, and to me, the English voice he had then was his best English voice. And Jason Griffith, who voiced him afterwards, did fairly good at sounding almost like his first voice. So even though I didn't like his second voice as much, I still liked it okay because he sounded close enough. And fortunately, I feel like with his current voice, it feels like trying but not being able to sound like the first voice, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
The ceiling is falling.
Yes. The ceiling is falling. The ceiling's falling. I gotta see the King of Hyrule about this.
What shoddy craftsmanship.
Yeah. And Ganon has returned. Yeah.
Yep.
But, what can you do?
Nothing.
Yep. I'm afraid so, kids.
Excuse me.
You're excused. Yeah, fighting bad guys and destroying bosses, and I did not know I could use my sword on those wizards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yep. Oh, these guys.
But that's basically my opinion with the English Sonic voices in general, is that, well, at least when it comes to Sonic and Shadow, their first voices were the best.
Yes.
I was about to say I feel that way with everyone, but then I'm like, no. Because then
There's one glaring example.
I had a flashback of what Tails' first voice sounded like, and I'm like,
You got me, bud. Tails.
Yeah.
Poor Tails was not given a good service.
Although, probably Sonic Heroes is probably the worst voice for him, English voice.
Yeah, I feel bad. Look at all those Eggman's robots.
Yeah. But his first voice was kind of... I have to look up who did his voice in Sonic Adventure, but... like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was an actual kid. I think in Sonic Heroes' case, it was an actual kid as well.
Yeah, that's why I felt bad, because... Did they let him... They didn't... Because it was an odd pronunciation he gave. Eggman's robots.
Yeah. Which could have been either a script error or his own error. It's hard to say which.
That is true. I'm not even going to bother with those iron knuckles. I know, I'm bad.
It probably would have completely fixed it to take Eggman out and just say, look at all those robots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, because look at all those robots.
Yeah.
Or, look, it's Eggman's robots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which, that would have worked too.
No. Yeah. Tails is a case where I have to do more research because he's had so many English voices.
He has. The little fox has had a lot of English voices. Oof.
And I think in the case of the English voices, really for both Tails and Knuckles, like the first voices were kind of awkward in Adventure, but got slightly better in Adventure 2.
Yeah.
Although with Knuckles I have to look and see if it's the same voice actor, because it's hard to tell. Especially because apparently when they were still in the demo stage, they had a completely different guy do Knuckles' lines. But by the time they were ready to release it, they, for some reason, had somebody else.
Yeah.
And I heard supposedly that they accidentally left in a line or two of that old voice actor, but I haven't come across it yet, so I don't know. But yeah, Knuckles, unfortunately, in Sonic Adventure in English had some weird line deliveries at parts.
Mm-hmm. Poor Knuckles.
Which I think by the second game, if it's the same voice actor, I think he felt more comfortable with Knuckles, like his personality by then, because he did much better. If it's the same guy, he did much better in Adventure 2 and Heroes. So.
Mm-hmm. Oof.
And then he was replaced by Dan Green, which was very weird.
I think you got this, Joey. I mean, Sonic.
Just basically imagine angry Yami Yugi, and you've got his Knuckles voice, almost. Not quite, but yeah. Which is fine. I don't mind Dan Green as Knuckles. He's kind of funny, honestly, but
He is.
And honestly, for the most part, in Japanese, other than like recently, one exception because of circumstances they can't help, they have had the same voice actors from Sonic Adventure in modern day, which is nice.
It is.
The one exception being, Dr. Eggman / Dr. Robotnik, because his Japanese voice actor passed away a few years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, at the end of the day, my actual favorites are the Japanese voices, but
Yep, mine too.
with Amy Rose, I am somewhere between liking her first English voice actress the most and liking her second one, because Lisa Ortiz, who did Lena Inverse, I just have a soft spot for her. So
Yeah, that's a fair soft spot.
I just feel bad that when I met her in person and asked her to do Amy Rose's voice, she kind of did it wrong. It's fine. I understand. She just, for some reason, gave her a Boston accent.
Sonic!
I guess I just put her on the spot. I don't know. And she but you know, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it is.
I swear that one parody where the woman voicing Amy Rose gave her a Boston accent was there at that panel and was referencing that.
Yeah. Peter, Sonic, you gotta pay attention to me.
Luckily, she didn't sound like Lois. But
Right. Actually, not thinking about it.
we
Well,
are actually
Yeah.
finished. But yeah, finish your thought.
Yeah. I guess it could work, but at the same token, I'm kind of used to Amy being her cute.
Yeah.
It
It worked in the parody video I watched. But yeah. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
See you next time, everybody.
Bye.